The landscape of Asian basketball is shifting beneath our feet, and the epicenter of this quake is the Philippines. For years, Gilas Pilipinas has fought with heart, often tagged as the underdog scraping for respect against giants. But that narrative is officially dead. We are witnessing the eruption of a new Gilas, a team that isn't just looking to compete, but is built to dominate. The headline today isn't just about a roster update. It is about a convergence of three distinct forces that, when combined, create a nightmare scenario for the rest of the region. We call them the three strikes. The lethal combination of the 7'3" Titan Kai Sotto, the evolved and versatile star Kevin Quiambao, and the undeniable clutch engine Justin Brownlee. This is not just hype. This is a tactical evolution. As we look toward the FIBA Qualifiers and the international windows, the Philippines is fielding a lineup that boasts world-class size, veteran leadership, and explosive youth. The question being asked in locker rooms from Tokyo to Melbourne, from Beijing to Beirut, is no longer, can the Philippines keep up? The question is, how we stop them? Opponents like New Zealand and Australia are on notice. The era of moral victories is over. This is a warning shot to the continent. Gilas is coming. They are armed with a mixed bag of weapons that cover every inch of the floor, and they are ready to shake the region to its core. Stay tuned, because we are about to break down exactly why this trio changes everything. Let's get straight into reality of what we're seeing on the court. To understand the magnitude of this development, we have to look at the context of Asian basketball over the last decade. Historically, the Philippines has relied heavily on speed, three-point shooting, and what we call puso or heart. While those elements remain the spirit of the team, they often hit a wall, quite literally, when facing the disciplined size of teams like Australia or the physical prowess of New Zealand and China. The three strikes lineup of Sotto, Quiambao, and Brownlee is the answer to that decades-old problem. This isn't just a collection of talent. It is a structural fix to the weaknesses that have plagued Gilas in the past. We have to start the analysis with the engine of this team, the man who has become synonymous with clutch in Philippine basketball, Justin Brownlee. In the previous qualifiers and throughout the Asian Games, Brownlee transformed from a reinforcement into a national icon. He is the calm fire. When you watch Gilas play, there is often frenetic energy, a rush to push the pace. Brownlee is the counterweight. He doesn't hurry. He operates with a surgical precision that demoralizes opponents. When we talk about Brownlee as a scoring engine, we aren't just looking at the box score. We're looking at timing. His scoring isn't just a number. It is a message. He scores when the offense breaks down. He scores when the opposing crowd gets loud. He provides leadership not by shouting, but by demanding the ball in pressure moments and delivering performances that seem impossible to ignore. Against the continent's best, he has proven he can still be the alpha dog. He kills the opponent's momentum. When Brownlee has the ball in the dying seconds of shot clock, the entire arena and the opposing defense know something heavy is about to happen. He absorbs the pressure, so the younger players don't have to. But even a player as great as Brownlee needs support, and this is where the evolution of the team becomes terrifying for rivals. Enter Kevin Quiambao. The rise of KQ is perhaps the most significant development for the program's long-term future. We are watching a player transition from being an electric role player to a legitimate international star in real time. This is the evolved aspect of Gilas. Quiambao brings a versatility that is rare in the Asian game. He is a forward who thinks like a point guard and scores like a shooting guard. In previous years, Gilas forwards were often pigeonholed into being either rebounders or spot-up shooters. Quiambao breaks that mold. He aggressively attacks the rim, yet he possesses a confidence in the mid-range that give the Philippine offense a completely new dimension. Coaching staff and analysts have already tagged him as a vital component because he acts as the bridge. He bridges the gap between the veteran wisdom of Brownlee and the youthful exuberance of the roster. He is athletic, fearless, and hungry. When he is on the floor, he can adjust to any defensive scheme. If you switch a small on him, he punishes them inside. If you put a big on him, he blows by them. This maturity, the willingness to take responsibility on both ends of the floor, signals that Gilas is no longer relying on one man to save the day. And then we have the anchor, the tower, Kai Sotto. You cannot hide the dominance of a 7'3" frame, but what is truly impressive is how his game has matured. In the past, the knock on tall players in this system was mobility. Kai Sotto has silenced those critics. When he is in the lineup, the geometry of the court changes. This is what we call the Kai effect. It's not just about the blocks he gets. It's about the shots that are never taken. Opposing guards think twice before entering the paint. Slashers hesitate. That split second of hesitation allows the Gilas' perimeter defense to recover. He provides rim protection that the Philippines has historically lacked against giants like China and Iran. But offensively, his impact is just as profound. He provides vertical spacing, a lob threat that forces defenses to stay attached to him, which opens up driving lanes for Brownlee and Quiambao. His ability to create from the high post and control the paint has become the backbone of the defense and the spine of the offense. He gives the team second chances through offensive rebounding, kickouts to shooters, and inside threats that add a layer of elegance and power we haven't seen in a long time. So, what happens when you put these three together? You get a strategic headache for opposing coaches. This is a three strikes concept. You cannot double-team Brownlee because Sotto is lurking at the rim for a dunk. You cannot collapse on Sotto because Quiambao is cutting or popping out for a shot. You cannot focus solely on stopping the veterans because the youth are ready to take over. This combination of experience, youth, and size create a playing identity that is vastly different from previous iterations of Gilas. It is an identity of elegance that fears no one. It is a beauty born from the combination of different basketball schools of thought. Brownlee brings the American-style isolation scoring efficiency. Sotto brings a modern international big man game. Quiambao brings a hybrid versatility that is the future of the sport. The narrative heading into the upcoming battles in the qualifiers and international windows is clear. The region is asking, are you ready? The traditional powerhouses, Japan with their speed and precision, Australia with their NBA-level physicality, China with their immense size, are looking at this Gilas roster and realizing the math has changed. Gilas has answered the question with a resounding yes. This is no longer a team that relies on hope or a lucky night to win. This is a warning. The defeats of the past have forged the mind of this team. The wins have proved that they belong on the world stage. In every qualifier window, the identity becomes clearer. They are no longer the underdog hoping for an upset. They are a contender knowing how to fight. The noise and fear spreading through the region are justified. In the center of that noise stand three names: Kai Sotto, Kevin Quiambao, Justin Brownlee. When combined, they become anyone's nightmare. The power of Gilas now is not based on hype or marketing. It is a product of battles experienced and lessons learned. As we look ahead to the games against New Zealand and other giants, we must recognize that this is the moment the fans have been waiting for. It is the moment where potential transforms into kinetic energy. It is the moment where the Philippines stops asking for respect and starts taking it. One thing is gradually becoming clearer to everyone watching. Asia's finest can no longer afford to overlook this team. A different kind of Gilas Pilipinas is coming. They are ready to shake the basketball landscape, and with Sotto, Brownlee, and Quiambao leading the charge, failure is not an option. The eruption has begun.